introduce to you a man for whom I have the greatest admiration, respect, and affection. Do not mistake my brevity this afternoon for lack of conviction. You have come to hear and see Rudy Giuliani, not me. And I want you to see for yourselves why I hold him in such high esteem. I won't regale you with Rudy Giuliani's resume. You already know his record as a top official in the United States Department of Justice under President Ronald Reagan, as the chief federal prosecutor in Manhattan, and as mayor for 8 years in New York City, the nation's third or fourth largest economy. I want to say just a few words about three of the qualities that make Rudy a genuinely great man: passion, leadership, and character. When I say passion, I mean Rudy's intense personal belief in the American people, the genius of our Constitution, the power of the human spirit to conquer adversity, and the genius of a free and entrepreneurial people to create prosperity and awaken the finest qualities of the human spirit. Rudy believes in you and the truly incredible things that you can accomplish if given the freedom and opportunities that our Constitution promises. That conviction burns passionately within him and ignites contagious energy and fierce loyalty in everyone around him. By leadership, I mean three things: the vision to see beyond the surface into the fundamental core of the problems that confront us, the wisdom and humility to surround himself with talented, dedicated, and energetic people capable of multiplying his personal resources and fueling the inspiration to find solutions, and three, the persuasive power, which you will see today, the determination and inner strength that unites people to right the wrongs in our society and fight the forces that seek to destroy us. When Ronald Reagan told us that the Soviet Union was destined for the ash heap of history, people ridiculed him. But he was right, and his leadership made that prophecy come true. When Rudy ran for mayor, I confidently told him that he could not possibly win in New York City. And that if by some miracle he did win, he could not possibly solve the decay and disintegration that had enveloped the city in crime, welfare, taxes, apathy, and defeatism. But he had faith in himself. Fortunately, he didn't listen to me. He had faith in his vision, his ideas, his leadership, and most of all, he had faith in the people of New York City. And so he won the election, and he led a great city and people back to greatness, prosperity, and pride. That is leadership. And by character, I mean that inner compass that propels great men and women to the right place with the right message in times of peril and crisis. It is not surprising, therefore, that the public places such great stock in the instincts and reactions Rudy displayed when the World Trade Center towers were destroyed and his city devastated by brutal, savage murders. It was Rudy's innate character, strength, and toughness that led him again and again into the inferno, and to project compassion, fierce determination, optimism, and unbounded confidence in the people of New York and the people of this nation at a time when those emotions and messages were so desperately needed by all of us. Somehow, he knew in his heart what was necessary, and he was there. That is character. This man is the man that this country needs: tough, resourceful, compassionate, visionary, and inspirational, and committed to the principles that animate the Federalist Society. Please welcome him with the same spirit you have displayed throughout this convention.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ted. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ted. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much, Ted. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ted Olson, for that very humbling introduction and for your friendship and your support over the years. Eugene Meyer, Leonard Leo, Stephen Calabrese, Lee Lieberman, David McIntosh, and all of you. I appreciate your opportunity to speak to you today. Congratulations on your 25th anniversary. It's been an absolutely terrific 25 years. It's an honor to speak to a group of people who share my viewpoint. I didn't get that opportunity too often in New York. We're a city that was a 5-to-1 Democrat, as Ted pointed out. So it was an uphill battle. The ideas were always rejected, put aside, attacked, but then everybody loved the results. So, but I'm happy to be able to speak with people where the ideas, I think, are very, very similar. I'm also happy to see that 7 members of my judicial task force who advise me on everything are addressing the Federalist Society over the course of this conference. I think it shows a very close connection in terms of ideas, outlook, and goals. And I only have one criticism of your conference. You invited very, very distinguished people, from president to Supreme Court justices to lowly presidential candidates, but I'm a big believer in conversions. And you didn't invite one of the newest Federalists. Well, she announced that the best way to deal with driver's licenses for illegal immigrants, well, now wait now, I got to get this straight. First she was for the idea and supported Governor Spitzer, who wanted to give driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. Then she was against the idea. Then she was for and against the idea. And then finally she said it should be decided on a state-by-state basis. Well, this is the only time in her career that she's ever decided anything should be decided on a state-by-state basis. And you know something? She picked absolutely the wrong one. Right? I mean, this is one of the areas that is given to the federal government to deal with under our Constitution, the borders of the United States, immigration. So maybe you were right not to invite her, now that I think about it. But the people in this room have their sights on higher goals and not just short-term political approval. You're focused on political principle, which sometimes gets missed here in Washington, and sometimes, quite frankly, it gets missed all over in the kind of arguments and debates and discussions that we have. And I think that's the reason why you've grown so much so quickly, because people really want principle, and they understand that our society is moved ultimately by ideas. Personalities can project ideas, but the healthiest way in which our society can move is by ideas. The Federalist Society was formed in the early years of the Reagan administration. At the time, I think you could have fit all the members of the Federalist Society in a phone booth. Of course, that's when we had phone booths. I don't think I see any anymore. But today, the Federalist Society has over 40,000 members, and it has chapters just about everywhere in the country and in every law school in the country, just about. So this reflects a total change in 25 years in our profession. And it marks the intellectual triumph of your philosophy, keeping faith with the framers of the Constitution, and a growing momentum toward bringing this country back to its first principles with an understanding that that's where we really derive our strength.